What's up, Israel? Welcome back to the front line. It's your girl Shamar, and I am back from all of my road trips, guys. I'm back. I tell you what, this is going to be my second recording. I thought I had done this already and uploaded it. Took a nap, woke up, and there was nothing. I'm like, what? Oh, this is like, for me, I guess Mama said, you know how you got that job? Especially any of my folks that got a job where you got to get emails, and you go on vacation, and you get back, and there's like 100 emails. You're like, dang, man, I should have never went on vacation. So I guess Mama said that's what you get, Shamar, for not telling the folks, what you had going on. And last week, unfortunately, guys, I never intended not to post this one. Unfortunately, my flight got bumped to Saturday instead of Friday. So I was stuck traveling all Saturday. And when I got back, guys, Gavin got sick. I got sick. It was the trip from hell. The only good part was seeing Mimi. What's up, Mimi? Shout out to the fam down in the A. Guys, I got fam down in the A, and they show me so much love. So thank you for that, fam. And thank y'all for feeding me. I'm stuffed, guys. I'm stuffed. But listen, this week we back with another one. And I want to take a moment to introduce you guys to this picture in the background, right? This picture in the background is of Solomon's temple. Go ahead and do a Google search and look up Solomon's temple. It's going to bring you to the Americas. You're going to see two of them. One looks like it's located in the Northern Territory, and one that looks like it's located in the Southern Territory. This is the one in Zion, okay, Arizona. That's where the front line is at, y'all. The other one is in Utah, Judah's territory. Right, guys? Are we surprised? No, we're not. You know what I mean? So I want y'all to familiarize yourselves with these temples, okay? Go check them out. If it ain't about the gas, guys, somebody got to tell me, why does it seem to be about the gas? I watched a movie a week or two ago, guys, called Furiosa. Mad Max. Check that out, guys. Fair use for the purposes of education and criticism. Fair use, YouTube. Is that not oil on this woman's forehead? What's up with that? We never even noticed it on this lady's head either in the other movie. I know I didn't. I did not notice it. That their foreheads are anointed with oil, guys. All right. Now, what is the story with this movie here, right? Snatched. This is what this storyline is about, right, guys? It says right here, she's snatched from the green place of many mothers. Young Furiosa falls into the hands of a great biker horde by the warlord Dementus. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel, presided over by the Immortan Joe. How about that? They're in Gas Town, guys. If it ain't about the gas, then why does it keep seeming to be about the gas? Why are these people running around with their foreheads anointed with oil? She's from the land of the green land, okay, of many mothers. Sounds like Joseph's territory, don't it? That green land that Joseph had. This is a guardian of the gas line, y'all. What did I tell y'all? Mama's pipeline. What have I told you guys? Let's get into why we're here, though. Why are we here? She's protecting Joseph's fruitful vine, right? Right? Because Joseph has the fat of the earth, remember? And remember, it's supposed to be Joseph's. All right, hold on to that. Because Genesis 49 comes before all of these other books, right? Trying to tell us who's supposed to be in control, right? So don't you think we ought to listen to Jacob, whose blessing it was to pass down? Because Jacob calls his sons together and says, gather around, right here, so that I can tell you what will happen to you in the days to come. Come together and listen, O sons of Jacob. Listen to your father Israel. Okay, the blessing follows Jacob. Okay, and I'm gonna show you where Jacob handed that blessing to. Okay, because a lot of people are looking to this brother right here. They're looking to Judah. It says Judah. Now, y'all know when we've read this before that when we get to this part right here, we got to fill that in correctly, right? And when we get to right here, right? Because between his feet is a reference to his descendants. And unto Shiloh is to whom it belongs, right? So we're going to read it the right way. All right, let's start right here at 8. Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Your hand will be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons shall bow down to you. Judah is a young lion. My son, you return from the prey. Like a lion, he crouches and lies down. Like a lioness, who dares to rouse him? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the staff from between his descendants' feet, until whom it belongs comes, and the allegiance of the nation is. Could it be hers? Because we know your great Uncle James don't like when it says she, right? Either way, we'll let it say his. We'll let it say his. All right? If it is his or hers, it ain't his. It ain't Judah's. Right. The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the staff from between his feet, from his descendants' feet, until Shiloh comes. So his descendants, right? Wouldn't his descendants include David? Wouldn't his descendants include Solomon? Wouldn't his descendants include J.C.? Isn't that a descendant of Judah? So the scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the staff from between David, Solomon, or J.C.'s feet, until whom it belongs comes, and the allegiance of the nation is his. Do you get that? Do you see why now anybody running around here telling you one of these folks is coming to save you is confused? Because they're from Judah. The crown is not Judah's. They've stolen it. It doesn't belong to them. Shiloh will return and take what's Shiloh's. Shiloh is going to come from Joseph. You see that? Look at this. D is Shiloh. Until the one to whom the tribute belongs. You see? And descendants. What did Shamar tell you? So is not David a descendant of Judah? Is not David getting all kinds of praise right now? David? Huh, guys? Him and his raggedy ass son, Solomon? Yeah, he's getting all kinds of praise. Check it out. It does not belong to Judah. It belongs to Joseph, right here. Joseph is a fruitful vine by a spring, whose branches scale the wall. The archers attack him with bitterness. They aim at him in hostility. Yet he steadied his bow, and his arms were tempered by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob. There's your father. In the name of the shepherd the rock of Israel, there's your mama, by the God of your father, there's your father, who blessed you, and by the Almighty who blesses you, with the blessings of the heaven above, with the blessings of the depth below, with the blessings of the breast and the womb, the fruitfulness, guys, right? And the blessings of the ancient mountains and the bounty of everlasting hills. May they rest on the head of Joseph, on the brow of the prince of his brother. Do you see what's happened here, guys? Do you see how Judah decides to come back now with this pen that I done told y'all about, right? Check this out. Look what they're going to tell you they did in Kings, right? All right, we're going to hear about this raggedy, wayward tribe right here, glorifying itself right here, right? Look, Solomon's riches. Solomon ruled over all the kingdoms from the river to the land of the Philistines, down to the border of Egypt. They paid Solomon tribute and served him as long as he lived. Okay? Solomon is getting paid. He's got chariots. He's got horses. He's got a governor for each month. All right? He's renowned. Moreover, Solomon has wisdom, supposedly, huh? Exceptional understanding and knowledge, as vast as the sands of the seashore. Interesting. Let's keep going. Preparation. So down here we're going to talk about Solomon building his temple, right? And his residency, all right? When Hiram, king of Tyre, heard that Solomon had been anointed king in place of his father, he sent an embassy to him, for Hiram had always been David's friend. Solomon sent back this message to Hiram. You know that David, my father, because of the wars that beset him, could not build a house for the name of the Lord God until such time as the Lord should put his enemies under the sole of his feet. But now the Lord my God has given me rest on all sides without adversary or misfortune. That's because Solomon would have humped a rock. He was running around making covenants with other kings' daughters. So he had no issues. He had no self-control over his Johnson. That's why he had no issues. So I intend to build, remember he had over 1,000 wives and concubines. Let's go down to 19. So I intend to build a house for the name of the Lord my God. As the Lord said to David my father, your son whom I'll put upon your throne in your place shall build the house for my name. Give orders then to have cedars from Lebanon cut down for me. My servant shall accompany yours, and I will pay you. All right, so Solomon's going to pay Hiram whatever you say for your servant's wages. All right, so Solomon's going to pay Hiram to pay Hiram's servants. All right, for you know that there's no one among us who is skilled in cutting timber like the Sidonians. When Hiram heard the words of Solomon, he was overjoyed and said, Blessed be the Lord this day, who has given David a wise son over this numerous people. Remember I told y'all, David numbered the people. Hiram then sent word to Solomon, I heard the proposal you sent me, and I'll provide all the cedars and fir trees you desire. My servants shall bring them down from Lebanon to the sea, and I will arrange them into rafts in the sea, and bring them wherever you say. There I'll bring up the rafts, and you shall take the lumber for your part. You shall furnish the provisions I desire for my household. So Hiram continued to provide Solomon with all the cedar and fir trees he desired, while Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 cores of wheat for his household and 20 cores of hand-pressed oil. Solomon gave Hiram all this every year. So every year, Solomon is sending Hiram some oil, huh? What kind of oil? Doesn't say, does it? The Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised him. So there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and the two of them made a covenant. Right, guys? Here we go with one of these covenants. Sounds like Abimelech making their covenant, right? So Solomon got a covenant with Hiram. Listen to this, y'all, because this is what we came here for. King Solomon raised 30,000 forced laborers from all Israel. Did y'all read that? King Solomon raised 30,000 forced laborers from Israel. Not from Judah, but from Israel, from the northern kingdom. He came in and got himself 30,000 laborers, forced laborers. What house did he take these people from? Huh? Says here he sent them to Lebanon for a month in relays of 10,000. So they spent 1 month in Lebanon and 2 home. Adon-Aram is in charge of the forced labor. He's an overseer, right? Solomon had 70,000 carriers and 80,000 stone cutters in the mountain, in addition to 3,300. There's that 33 associated with Solomon, right? What was it? What was that 33, guys? In addition to 3,300 overseers. Okay? So now we got David linked. He's crowned in Hebron, which translates to Confederacy. We have his son crowned in Gihon. He's given control of the wells. Right, guys? And now we see that civil war in Israel is starting to look like the civil war that was already here. Right, guys? Now you're starting to see that? How it's starting to look like a parallel story? Am I the only one seeing this shit? You have Israel, who has a divided kingdom in the northern and the southern kingdom. You have America, a divided kingdom, northern and southern. Then you have slavery in Israel, enforced by the southern kingdom or in the northern kingdom. And you also have overseers. Y'all starting to see the picture now? How I'm telling you that this is one and the same. This book is not this old. They're using Shakespearean language to make it feel older. This book ain't this old, and it's more about history than we thought it was. Let's keep going. So we got overseers now. It says, by order of the king, fine large blocks of stone were quarried to give the house a foundation of hewn stone. What did the Creator say? Won't be no hewn stone. No stone cut by hand. Solomon and Hiram's builders. Remember, Solomon is a master builder, according to the Freemasons, right? This is who they're honoring. Hiram and Solomon, all right, are builders, along with others from Gebal, shaped them and prepared the wood and stone for building the house. You know, Wall Street was once a wooden wall. Yeah. Didn't the Creator say that you guys would worship gods of wood and stone? Yes, that's what was told to you guys. And it's becoming a possibility right here that you're going to see where it's linked to. Right? To Solomon. Let's move on, guys. So Solomon enslaved Israel. Did y'all know that? With forced labor. No, y'all didn't know that. You do now. Let's move on to this article right here. See, this article is going to use language that feels familiar, right? When it's talking about the northern and southern kingdom, right? Why did civil war break out in ancient Israel? Let's read about it. The nation of Israel saw heroic conquest under King David and great prosperity under King Solomon. But Solomon made a fatal mistake. In order to increase the splendor of his kingdom, he enslaved a portion of his own people. Nobody ever told y'all that, did they? It's right in the Torah. They're so busy reading about all of the splendid temples that he built and sleeping with Bathsheba and sleeping with all these women that somehow we missed that he enslaved Israel. That Solomon did this. It said it would be the beginning of the end for the United Kingdom of Israel. Israel was never united. Israel was Israel. Israel was never united with Solomon. Solomon didn't enslave his own people. He enslaved Israel. He didn't enslave Judah. Judah, the southern kingdom, is Solomon's, not the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom don't belong to Judah. But the scepter won't depart, nor the lawgiver from between his descendants' feet, unto whom it belongs to returns. Right? So we're going to see Judah glorify themselves and bring back books about kings and all of its tales about gold. Right, guys? And all these fantastic kingdoms that they ruled over. Right, guys? But they're not gonna remind you that they actually enslaved Israel. Let's keep going. The history of the divided kingdom. Now that's more like it. Israel in the north and Judah in the south. What does Shamar tell you? What does Shamar say? Israel's in the north, Judah's in the south. Says it reads like a rogues gallery, especially in the north. One king after another failed to serve God. But you know what? We're going to read about one king after another in the southern territories, because what's in our book is not about the northern kingdom. I done told y'all that. What's in our book is about the southern kingdom. But the southern kingdom is not Israel. The southern kingdom is Judah. Right here. Good old Judah running around stealing. Raggedy ass Judah running around stealing and enslaving Israel. Right? I don't say they enslaved their own people, but it was not their people. It was their cousins. It was Joseph's children. It was Israel. That's what happened. It says, yet above all of the disruption and division, God was providentially preparing the word for David's greater son, JC, whose kingdom will last forever. There you go. There we go. There's another Judahite claiming to have a kingdom that will last forever. However, Torah tells us that you will hold it until whom it belongs comes to get it back. Right? And we know that your drunk uncle don't like the word she. He'll put he there when it should say she. So we don't know. We don't really know who's coming back now, do we? Huh? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It's hers. It always has been. But these scribes from Judah, your great uncle, King JV, and every loser that preceded him and every loser who has followed him, don't like that it says she. That she will crush the serpent's head. That it's her kingdom. That it's her seed. Huh? They don't like that. Huh? But remember what Shamar told you. The IJEs, they're talking about a daughter. They ain't talking about no sons. Okay? He don't like it. Your great uncle. He's drunk. Let's keep going. If it ain't about rock oil, civil war, and slavery, what's this article about? Rock oil. Moses struck the rock. Remember, guys? And what happened? He couldn't get into the promised land because the promised land is guarded. The promised land, you're not supposed to strike no rocks here. This is treasured ancient hills. These hills are blessed. And we knew better. We knew we weren't supposed to refine this stuff, guys. We were using it to heal ourselves. But see, Adam don't want to work. So Adam wants to make machines and power them with gasoline. It's all about free labor, guys. Moses struck a rock. Look at this. They found that rock oil in Pennsylvania. Petroleum in the Civil War, radically reorientated, right? In North America. Read this, guys, at some point. They're going to talk about how reservoirs of American light shifted. Reservoirs, that sounds like the pools that Shearer built. All right, the hydroelectricity. Instead, we switched to this illuminant. Right, guys? Does that sound familiar? Illuminant. Does to me. Sounds like this Freemason nonsense of Solomon's. You know, guys, when they do this argument about slavery, what's the biggest way they like to defend it? They'll say stuff like, and we know we're not black, okay, guys? But they'll say stuff like, black people enslaved their own kind, right? Now, would they be wrong? Would they be wrong? Huh? Now, do we know where that came from? When we hear this argument right here. Many Americans, influenced by images in the television miniseries Roots, mistakenly believe that most slaves were captured by Europeans who land on the African coast, captured or ambushed people. While Europeans did engage in some slave raiding, the majority of people were transported to the Americas, were enslaved by other Africans, it's going to say. But that should be Americans. Are they lying? Now that we know, this is the story right here, right? Now that we know. And if it's not about the oil, why does it keep seeming to be about the oil? Let me show you something, guys. If it ain't about the oil, why did this person ask the $1 million question? Because I asked myself the same damn question. They want you to think it was about cotton. Wake the fuck up, Israel. It was about this resource right here. The same shit you're going to jump in your car, turn your key over, and it's going to start. It's always been about this oil, this fat of the earth that they're plundering. It says here, if oil was discovered in America in 1859, would it be possible that the Civil War wasn't really about slavery but oil? No, it was about oil, but as a means to get to the oil, they needed the slavery. Didn't you, King Solomon? Since the first oil was found in the South, did the North attack the South for resources, then call it a war against slavery? Now, if the lands are flipped, right, which, like, look at that map. Remember we had Solomon's Kingdom temple in Utah and one in Zion, right? Currently on our map, the one in Utah looks like the north, and the one in Zion looks like the south. But if you flip them, and the maps are upside down, wouldn't Zion be the north, and Judah, the south? Wouldn't the northern kingdom have been the one under slavery, thanks to that Confederate flag? Let's look at this Confederate flag. I want to look at a Confederate flag. Let's go to a Confederate flag, right? Let me see something here. I want to go to a Confederate flag. Or, not the flag. Sorry. I don't want to do the flag. I want to do Confederate States. Confederate States. Let's go. What? I misspelled Confederate. Don't pay me no mind, guys. Look at these Confederate States. So, if the map is flipped upside down, remember, some territory wasn't American territory yet. But you see what I'm saying? That this red now would actually be the North and not the South. Y'all get what I'm saying, though. So if that theory is correct, right? I don't know how they could get that correct, but couldn't realize that Solomon is the one who enslaved everybody, because it's right here. You know, maybe everybody doing too much reading and not doing enough of the right stuff. Because right here, you'll see, it's plain as day. Solomon enslaved Israel. That's what these kings will keep doing, enslaving your sons. That's why the Creator said it was evil to ask for a king, because this is what your kings would do: plunder the earth. I hope I did a good job today of showing y'all some of the raggedy waywardness of this tribe right here, and how this civil war is looking like the same civil war that they're trying to stuff down our throats and tell us it was about cotton. But this guy right here is asking a good question. If it ain't about the oil, why do it keep seeming to be about the oil? Huh, guys? Look at her head anointed with oil. She's the guardian of the oil, the guardian of the gas. You don't know? Look at it. It's her kingdom. And your drunk unk, he don't like it. He don't like that. She was snatched from the green place of many mothers. Let mama guide you. Much love to you guys, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week. Take care.